Before I begin, take the lead that was given to us by Crystal here. So I am an African gentleman, 5'11" and shrinking, middle-aged on the plus side, slightly lighter chocolates, wearing a white shirt, a bit round, only a little bit round. And I need to also describe my other younger brother there, who forgot to describe himself. Approximately 6'1", 6'2". Very elegant in his suit, built more like a heavyweight boxer. Less round than some of us, but he's also going to get there. The only thing is I'm just slightly more handsome than he is, but that's... So, if you are to make a choice, lean more towards my side. Before I begin, take the lead that was given to us by Crystal here. So I am an African gentleman, 5'11" and shrinking, middle-aged on the plus side, slightly lighter chocolates, wearing a white shirt, a bit round, only a little bit round. And I need to also describe my other younger brother there, who forgot to describe himself. Approximately 6'1", 6'2". Very elegant in his suit, built more like a heavyweight boxer. Less round than some of us, but he's also going to get there. The only thing is I'm just slightly more handsome than he is, but that's... So, if you are to make a choice, lean more towards my side. Alumni network. And why? And that is because today we celebrate not only the Academy's first 3 cohorts, but also the promise of a generation that will shape the destiny of our region and our continent now and into the future. Indeed, as I have looked at you today, I'm reminded of the many young, charismatic men and women who were not afraid to dream and act on their dreams in the early year of Kenya's independence as well as Africa's independence. People like Tom Mboya, who were ministers of government for planning the ages of 28, 29. I'm sure many of you here are older than that. Others like Ken Matiba, who were around 27 and they were permanent secretaries. They were shaping the country. They were shaping the continent at those ages. So when somebody tells you, you young people, tell them no. Us leaders of today, because that is what you are. Because all these others were called young, but yet their vision has helped shape not only Kenya, our region, but undoubtedly the entire continent. And I hope this encourages you never to stop dreaming, and most of all, to believe, as Crystal has told you, in yourselves, to pursue your dreams, because change only happens when one courageous person takes a step. Just one. Choosing to become the change that they want to see. Not waiting for change, but that one person who is probably sitting in this room, who decides that, yes, I want to be the change. I don't want to wait for somebody to tell me what to do. I want to be the change that I want to see. And that is the first step in leadership. Leadership, my friends, is not leadership, again, as we have heard, for power. Leadership is responsibility. Leadership is about responsibility, not the power and the trappings that are associated with it. All of us here, myself, Dr. Wokne, have held leadership roles, and we aspired to them. We didn't wait for them to be given to us. We went out to get them. We went out to get them. And one lesson I have learned in my journey is this: that if you truly want to get to the top of the ladder, the first thing you have to realize is that leadership is not about what title you hold. It is not about the title. I repeat again, leadership that is going to be trusted. It is leadership that knows and bears responsibility for its actions. Not by the power that you hold, but by the trust that is bestowed upon you by the people who you wish to lead. Power may look glamorous, but the true impact of your leadership qualities will be measured by the impact that you leave behind. My own journey through governance and diplomacy in many ways has taught me that legacy is built in moments of service. When you choose dialogue over division, when we prioritize the common good over personal gain, and when we plant the seeds of peace that future generations can harvest. True legacy is not about moments or accolades. It is about people. It is about the lives that are transformed because we dared to lead with integrity, with humility, and with vision. The Africa as seen today, the Africa we are today, is not the same Africa of yesterday. Across our continent, demands for transparency, accountability, citizen participation are increasing. Technology is reshaping how governments interact with their people. Most importantly, young voices are rising. Young voices that are energetic, innovative, and determined to break barriers. Your own presence here is evidence that the future of governance will be defined by you. We have always been told when the word young is used that you are leaders of tomorrow. But the truth of the matter is, if you continue believing you are the leaders of tomorrow, that tomorrow will never come. You are leaders of today. your ideas, your courage, your personal commitment will shape policies, will shape communities, will reshape institutions. And as you go about it, do not fear failure. Do you understand me? There is no one perfect except God. We are all human. Do not fear failure, because you will stumble. But in Swahili we have a saying that says, kuteleza sio kuanguka. To slip does not mean you have fallen or failed. You will stand up again, so long as you have the humility and the ability to accept your mistakes and to correct yourself as you move forward. Do not, I repeat, do not fear failure. Every single setback is a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow. And always remember that to grow, you need each other. You want to grow alone? Yes, you may grow rapidly. But by leaving everybody behind, you will have achieved nothing. But if you grow and you carry others with you in your leadership process, you will be amazed by what you will be able to achieve. There is no point in you being at the pinnacle and you have left everybody else behind. You must grow together. And this is one of the principles that I truly appreciate of this particular organization of ours called IGAD. The fact that you come from many different parts of our region. Remember that you need one another. The problems of Ethiopia are not far from the doorstep of Kenya. They are the problems of Kenya. The problem of Sudan is not far from Ethiopia, from Somalia, from Djibouti, from Kenya. So it is your problem. The problems of Kenya are the problems of Uganda, of Eritrea. So you cannot think that you are a little island. And I want to thank that young man who talked about the importance of integration and his determination to pursue an integration agenda. The problems are the same. The challenges are the same. You talk to people across, and I've had that opportunity to talk to people across borders. What are they concerned about? They are concerned about health. They are concerned about the lack of opportunity. They are concerned about good infrastructure. They are concerned about education. They are concerned about poverty. They are concerned about war. These things belong to all of us, and we will not resolve them unless we hold each other's hands and we walk together as opposed to alone. So recognize, my friends, that collaboration, not just your personal ambition, but collaboration is and will be your greatest strength. We also mentioned that in my years of mediation and diplomacy, I have also witnessed the power of dialogue to heal wounds and the strength of unity to overcome crisis. Because we will always be going from one crisis to another. And crisis resolution one must remember, has never been resolved through the power of a gun. Has never resolved any crisis. It may result in victory, but the deep wounds you leave behind, believe you me, if not in your generation, in the next generation, they will resurface. The power of diplomacy, the ability to be able to dialogue, to understand your brothers and sisters, to understand, as was stated here, their different cultures, to appreciate the diversity that exists amongst us. That there is no one here who is superior to the other. Our different cultures, our different religions. And as I always say, God put us here for a reason. He didn't put us here to kill each other. He put us here to work together and to take advantage of the bounty that He has given us. And yet, we stand amazed as the richest continent on the world is mired in poverty as we fight over which line and whose border this is or that is, or which community do I come from, or which religion am I, and yet at home you starve. How has that helped you? Let us enjoy and benefit from our diversity. Let us see the beauty in our respective origins.
Your Excellency, the Executive Secretary, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and alumni. You will all agree with me that we're living in a moment where leadership is being questioned across the world. Not because people have lost interest in leadership, but because too many leaders have lost touch with the people they are meant to serve. Trust in institutions is very fragile. Faith in politics is thin. And for many young people like yourselves, the promise that hard work will lead to deserved opportunity seems increasingly like smoke and mirrors today. But most certainly, many of you will sail through life with God's merciful grace covering you, or perhaps your family name nepotisming you. As for the rest of us, the underdogs, like I have always been, life is going to get very murky, but you have to start from somewhere, because you will achieve nothing if you start by surrendering. It's only your attitude that will determine your altitude. So whoever you are in whatever category you fall into, you're the reason why I'm here and why I've titled my address, "To Whom It May Concern." And so the question isn't whether merit in leadership still matters, because just you being here means that you are merited. It's what kind of leadership in this moment requires. I didn't grow up imagining myself in public office, to be honest. I'm not from a political family, nor with powerful connections or from wealth. I was born in Bombolulu, Mombasa, in a small flat roof bungalow with 3 bedrooms. One for my parents, one the boys would share, and one us girls would share with our nanny. The living room and the dining room was squeezed into the same room. Now fancy interior designers call it open plan design, but we know what it is. My mother kept a small chicken coop in the back, which didn't last very long, because there was this huge monitor lizard who would sneak in at night and eat all the eggs. And also there was one solitary coconut tree next to the low gate at the front of the house. Every time it rained, the roof would leak, and Mom would struggle with sufurias and basins all over the house while we folded the curtains and carpets. And because we were slightly at an incline in our neighborhood where the house was, the road outside would be an absolute nightmare when it rained for all adults, but a fabulous adventure for us kids. With a simple scan of my family, Your Excellency, you'll quickly find that I'm not the most educated amongst us, nor the most industrious. I'm actually the last born and the only one with a disability, even across my extended family. But the one thing we do all have is a built-in level of self-efficacy that has colored us in very, very many ways. For the first half of my life, until my late teens, days were light, future was bright. But that was not to last too much longer after I was diagnosed with an eye condition called glaucoma, which would give rise to all kinds of chaos. Doctor after doctor, treatment after treatment, and over 20 procedures later, glaucoma would eventually steal my eyesight completely. It didn't happen quickly, though. It was a painfully slow decline over several years, and there was absolutely nothing I could do to stop it. No person, no pill, no prayer could bring it back. There was no treatment that could reverse it, and no certainty to rely on, and no clear roadmap for what life, let alone a career, would look like for me. That experience forced an early reckoning in my life. Back then, as a sighted person going blind, it broke me. It shamed me. It confused me. I mean, when clarity disappears, what remains? When familiar paths close, what guides you forward? But if you ask me now that I have crossed over from a non-disabled girl into a disabled woman, I see things far differently. I took charge of my mind, my perspective. I tilted the lens and saw that disability didn't come to break me. It came to build me. It wasn't here to shame me, but to shape me. Not to confuse me, but to clear away from confusion and distraction. I learned that leadership over yourself or over others is not about seeing the future perfectly. It's actually about moving forward faithfully when the future is unclear. Because adversity, ladies and gents, is here to teach you if only you would let it. At a time, as a young student, when I was preparing to David myself into the deep end with a sling and a stone, like many of you are, with the added disadvantage of my physical sight disappearing, I was reminded of something that I was told by a teacher in high school that would ultimately slow drip into my subconscious mind. I didn't know it. She wrote in my sixth form farewell book, "Nurture your mind with great thoughts, for you will only go as far as you think." Those who live outside the center of power, the underdogs like me, often see society more clearly than those comfortably within it, because privilege makes people blind. They're not wiser by nature, but because exclusion sharpens perspective. We notice what's overlooked. We recognize who's missing in the room. We understand early on that systems are not neutral. They are designed, and therefore they can be redesigned. This is why inclusive leadership is not about sympathy. It's about intelligence. It's the ability to see what everyone else sees, but think in a way that no one else thinks. It's to hear what others ignore. It's to act where others hesitate. History repeatedly shows us that leadership, to the graduates here today, let me speak plainly. You're stepping into adulthood and leadership at a time of global tensions, economic constraints, and political fatigue. Many of you are highly educated, deeply connected, and ambitious, yet unsure whether the systems before you are capable of absorbing your talent. I know what that feels like. You were told that education would be the great equalizer, right? That merit would be rewarded and would evolve along society. Instead, Many of you are encountering shrinking opportunities, rising costs of living, and political processes that feel distant, that feel transactional, and very elitist. My sister sent me a text one time that said, adulting is realizing that those heavy school bags were the lightest burdens we will ever have to carry. And that's where you are now. So let me ask the first hard question. If our systems are producing frustration instead of hope, should young people adapt endlessly, or should leadership adapt instead? My own answer to that is expressed perfectly by George Bernard Shaw, a writer, who says, and I quote, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world, but the unreasonable man persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man." Close quote. Now, before someone clips this and say that I support rogue leadership because they're unreasonable, please note that I said all progress depends on the unreasonable man, not the unscrupulous one. But whomever you choose to become after today, that'll be for you to decide, of course, and eat the fruit thereof. Every generation inherits institutions shaped by the past. But the mistake is to assume that they must be preserved exactly as they are and as you found them. But I hope that you are convinced, like I am, that we have been put here to create for where we want to go, not to regurgitate where we have come from. Politics today is too often reduced to spectacle rather than service, to winning rather than governing, to protecting power rather than solving problems. Inclusive leadership demands a different type of ethic. It asks, who is missing from the room? Who bears the cost of our decision making? Whose lived reality is absent from our policies? And it also asks, who benefits when exclusion is treated as efficiency? These are uncomfortable questions, of course, but leadership that avoids critique eventually avoids relevance, in my opinion. And true leadership is not measured by who speaks the loudest. No, I'm not about who dominates the room or who commands attention with sheer volume. It's measured by value, by they who dare to ask the hard questions, who listen when it's easier to ignore, and for those who act with courage even when the path is uncertain. There is a persistent myth, I'll call it, that strong leadership must be hard, distant, and inflexible. But history tells a more nuanced story, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the most effective leaders did not rule through fear, but through legitimacy. They understood that authority is strongest when it is trusted, and also that trust is built through fairness. It's built through transparency. Let me ask you another question, especially to the young leaders in the room who are jump-starting their careers. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? It's as if God has told you to fly and you decide to walk instead. Hear me when I say, true humility is not standing at the back of the crowd, but being whoever God has called you to be at any particular moment. And this is the time. Many of you will leave here destined to become managers, to become directors, to become chairpersons, tech innovators, industry moguls, maybe the next president of the Republic of Kenya, and gang, 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 gang. And I really wish there was a surefire blueprint that I could give you to maneuver through each of those stages of your leadership journey. But I don't have one because, as you can see, I've never been any of those things.
But also the promise of a generation that will shape the destiny of our region and our continent now and into the future. Indeed,
politics is not political, it is spiritual. So number one, make prayer your air and ask for the wisdom to observe and the courage not to absorb what you observe. Number two, Daniel had to study Babylon, for those who are Christian and read the Bible, in order to be effective in Babylon. So if you're going to remain in a position of power, you must have relationship with all people, whether they believe in what you believe or not. Because becoming ingratiated is where the juice will be at. You have to be ingratiated into the system that is corrupt to redeem it, because you will never redeem something you are not able to understand. Number three, be so extraordinarily excellent that they cannot ignore you. As you begin, spend a lot of time with your head down, becoming 10 times as better than the next guy.
Our worry was where, as Executive Secretary of IGAD, who is working for the region, one of a very clear deficit, which always comes to my mind and my colleagues, is the issue of leadership. Why we are suffering, why our region is the place for fighting, why our region became an area of the conflicting interests. That conflicting interests lead to devastated wars, battles, and furious competitions which doesn't allow to grow together. Why Sudan is suffering now? Why all these wars happen in this region? All things happen because of humanity, mind of people. Humanity is destroying humanity, leave alone the sovereignty or whatever we are talking. We are talking about human being. So if we are going to get a strong regional cooperation, first and foremost, we have to cultivate the mind of the youth.
Let me say again, it's both an honor and a joy to be together with you today. At this moment, as we officially launch this alumni network. And why? And that is because today we celebrate not only the Academy's first 3 cohorts, but also the promise of a generation that will shape the destiny of our region and our continent now and into the future. Indeed, as I have looked at you today, I'm reminded of the many young, charismatic men and women who were not afraid to dream and act on their dreams in the early year of Kenya's independence as well as Africa's independence. People like Tom Mboya, who were ministers of government for planning the ages of 28, 29. Sure, many of you here are older than that. Others, like Ken Matiba, who were around 27 and they were permanent secretaries. They were shaping the country. They were shaping the continent at those ages. So when somebody tells you, you young people, tell them no. Us leaders of today, because that is what you are. Because all these others were called young, but yet their vision has helped shape not only Kenya, our region, but undoubtedly the entire country. To be together with you today at this moment as we officially launch this alumni network. And why? And that is because today we celebrate not only the Academy's first 3 cohorts, but also the promise of a generation that will shape the destiny of our region and our continent now and into the future. Indeed,
I, John Mogo Kigoro, do swear that I shall always truly and diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya in the office, the County Executive Member of Embu County, that I shall diligently discharge my duties and perform my functions in the said office to the best of my judgment, that I shall at all times, when so required, faithfully and truly give my counsel and advice to the Governor of Embu County, and that I shall do justice to all. So help me God. I, John Mogo Kigoro, ID number 2294-1031, an adult of South Mind and of Post Office Box number 213, Kiritiri, do hereby make oath and state as follows. 1, that I am a member of County Executive Committee in charge of water, irrigation, environment, climate change, and natural resources in Embu County government, having been appointed by Her Excellency the Governor of Embu County on the 16th day of December 2025. That the provisions of the Section 3 of the Official Secret Act Cap 187 laws of Kenya have been explained to me, and I wish to state as follows. That I understand and agree that any official information recorded or not received or acquired by me in connection with my duties is considered confidential. That I understand and agree that disclosing or divulging any official information, recorded or not, received or acquired by me in connection with my duties to authorized persons or bodies is an offense for which I shall be held criminally liable, in addition to any disciplinary action that may be taken against me. That I swear that I shall maintain the secrecy of official communications that come to me in the course of my duties, and shall not communicate, except for purpose authorized by law, any information as to the internal operations of the County Executive Committee, or do anything that compromises the secrecy of such official communications. that further to the aforesaid, I bind myself at all times to conduct myself with decorum and act in a professional manner in the performance of any duties as an employee of Embu County Executive stipulated by Article 232 of the Constitution and the Republic Service Code of Conduct.
Now, Your Excellency, it's my privilege again to officially present to you the CCM in charge of water, irrigation, environment, climate change, and natural resources.
Thank you very much. Makofi tena kwa waziri mgeni. Thank you very much. Mstahiki Gavana wa Jimbo la Embu, Honorable Cecily Mutito Mbarire, Speaker wa Jimbo la Embu, Josiah Dhiriku, Bunge la mawaziri, wafanyikazi wa county, familia ya Waziri Kigoro, mabibi na mabwana, hamjambo? Good afternoon. God is good. And all the time. Shangwe na vigelegele kwa waziri mgeni. Your Excellency, waziri wako amekuja na ukoo wake wote. Lakini nimeambiwa ni nusu tu. Hii ni basi moja. Zilikuwa zije 7. Wakaambia wengine watulie nyumbani. Lakini ni kuonyesha kwamba wamefurahia ile kazi umempatia waziri akufanyie. Your Excellency, allow me now to introduce the government staff that are here present. And with all humility, Your Excellency, you will allow me to just let them stand, because I know you have other people waiting for you at the office. You've had a busy day. And so let me start with a team that will be directly under Waziri Kegoro. The Chief Officer Water, Grace is there. Acting Chief Officer Environment, Erastus is there. Mercy, Director Climate Change is there. Then we had also invited the water service providers. Water service providers, the MDs. We have Geoffrey there for Ngandori Water. We have Engineer Eric for Kieni Water. We have Mogane in Ewasco. It's Mogane. Murage, sorry. Murage in Ewasco. Director Ewasco. And we also have Engineer Mugendi from Ngagaka Water. Asanteni. And at the back, sorry. Embe Water, representing Nancy from Embe Water. Asanteni sana. From there, we have any directors in the house, directors present. We have Ken Jage, Director Administration. We have Elijah, Jeremiah Ireri, Director ECDE. And we have Director Agriculture, Patrick Njeru. We call him Patrick White. Then from there, the County Public Service Board. Any member of the County Public Service Board present? Yes, we have Reverend Njoke, representing the chairperson, the Embu County Public Service Board. Chief Office, Ewasco. I didn't see Ewasco. Oh, the other members, Your Excellency, because I saw them first. That's the Ewasco team. Thank you. Chief Officers present. Chief Officers present. We start with Millicent. Millicent is the Chief Officer Cooperatives. We have Mweta, Stephen Mweta is the Chief Officer Agriculture. We have Gasheri, Luceta, Jerry, sorry, is the Chief Officer Youth. And we have Elias Kadiga, the Chief Officer Administration. And we have our County Solicitor who officiated our ceremony, Council Kimani Karanja. Who else have I forgotten other than Waziris? Any other county government officer present that has not been introduced, kindly stand up. Oh, yes. Now, very crucial people. We have the county chaplain from your office, Your Excellency, Watabitha. We have John Joka, your political advisor. And we have Mureithi Patrick, your chief of staff. This is a big day, Your Excellency. Kawaida hawasimamangi tukiita watu, lakini hii ni siku kubwa. We have Pius, our official MC, and we have Wesley, our photographer. I keep forgetting his name, sorry. Robbie Monene, our official photographer. And of course, we have Mugendi here, and the others, I think, are at the back. Then allow me, with all humility, to present the waziris present. Nitawapatia wako wachache, wajiseme wenyewe, hapo hapo waliposimama, majina zao na idara zao.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Francis Dwiga, CC for Trade, Tourism, Investment, Industrial Development and Marketing, Embu County Government. Congratulations, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Amjambo. Mbitawa John Ndwikanyaga, Waziri Agriculture and Cooperatives. Karibu sana Kigoro.
Habari zenu. Naitwa Monica Mwikali Munyasya, Waziri wa Elimu.
Habari zenu. Your Excellency, nami naitwa Waroga Jenu, Waziri wa Jinsia, Vijana, Michezo, Utamaduni katika serikali la ugatuzi la Embu. Kongole waziri mpya.
Thank you very much, Waziris. Your Excellency, now you have a full cabinet. And maybe now to inform Waziri Kegoro, your first order of business will be a cabinet meeting on the 12th of January 2026. We were supposed to swear you in this morning and do cabinet in the afternoon with you, but Her Excellency rescheduled so that we could be able to accommodate you. So jitayarishe kwa hiyo baraza la waziri la kwanza. And Honorable Speaker, while you were away, I actually appreciated the county assembly for the speed in which they did this, and even for your team, the appointments committee, for giving us our waziri. Now we have a full cabinet. I will not say much. My name is Emmy Ruria, Emmy Warue Ruria. I'm the county secretary and head of public service Embu. And once again, waziri, karibu kwa kikao. With that, Honorable Speaker, kindly come speak to the team, and then you will call upon Her Excellency.
Thank you very much, our CS, Madam Your Excellency, the Governor of Embu County, colleagues, and our guest today, John Mogo Kegoro Jagi, and your wonderful family. Hapana, mimi si Bluetooth. And your team. Good afternoon. So first and foremost is to congratulate you, John. I'd also thank Your Excellency. I've done some vetting, and we started with the first team. When we finished the vetting of the first 10 CECs, we called Governor to Nairobi. So she came and we told her, Governor, now from our vetting, there are 2 people here who I don't think will assist you. So the governor was like, hey, Speaker, what is the problem? The way we have seen these ones, Governor, these ones will not assist you. But there are also 2 others. There are also 2 others that are not very good, but you can try. So the governor left us, but she asked us to ensure that we approve for her. So when we approved for her, we stayed for some time. So I used to go and meet her. So I asked the governor, mawaziri wako aje? Ambia, I think, Speaker, I think I can trust what you told me. So tukaendelea, Governor, kuko aje? Because from this other side, we also having issues. Speaker, I think you are right. So tukaendelea, mwishowe wakashindwa na kazi. And that is how you found your way here, Mr. John. So congratulations. I also want to confirm, Your Excellency, that we vetted John. And 2 things stood out. Maybe those who know John can confirm. Your Excellency, number 1, John is very honest. Na sijui nyinyi watu wa John ama mnamjua kama mtu honest ama ni mkora, alikuja katudanganya. But from our vetting, John is extremely honest. When he appeared before us, Madam Excellency, John was straightforward. If he doesn't know something, he doesn't know. But he tells you, Speaker, chairman hiyo sijui, na tunaruka. The second, he was so honest that I know the businesses the wife runs in Kitengela. alikuwa ameandika hapo, hata shares, hata profit. Mpaka nikamuuliza, kwani ilibidi utuambie yote? Akaniambia hapana, that is how I am. Issue number 2 about John is that he's a born leader. Again, nyinyi team ambayo mmeleta John, mtuambie hivyo tuliona ni hivyo ama tuliona mambo zetu? He's a born leader. Very good, Madam Excellency. And one thing that amazed all of us is that when we asked him, now, John, we are looking at your background, you're a teacher, but you've been nominated, to run a very technical department of water, environment. And John told us, I'm coming to offer leadership, and I'm sure below me, there's an able team that will work with me to deliver for Her Excellency the Governor. That is what he told us, Madam Excellency. And from us, as an assembly, we believed in John. And if we believed in John, we then understood why you believed in him. And the final thing that we noted about John is that he has a strong and supportive support system. When he came for the vetting, I think John brought over 10 people. And because we were amazed, we gave all of them an opportunity to speak. All of them. And I think you are there. And we asked them questions, and they responded very well. And all of us were impressed. John impressed us. And I think when we moved out, I think after the vetting, I think we stood somewhere. And Your Excellency, I can tell you, from our end, we have a lot of faith in John. And I'm sure John will not let us down. And finally, John, unajua sasa umekuwa waziri. Wakati tunaona tunakuja hapa tunainama kwa gavana. Hiyo ndio mambo hapa. Unajua kuna watu wengine wanapewa kazi, wanafura vichwa. Wamesahau mahali wametoka. But again, Madam Excellency, from what we got, I think John is a servant leader. And when we were finishing, I remember telling John, there's an author that I've always followed, an author called George Eliot. And he said, it is never too late to be what you would have been. And I remember asking John, sasa wewe, umetoka GDU, ni job group haieleweki vizuri. Umeenda mpaka kwa waziri, ile job group iko juu zaidi. Hebu tuambie, pengine kulikuwa na ward admin hapo, alikuwa na kukanyanga kichwa. Kulikuwa na sub county admin hapo, alikuwa na kukanyanga kichwa. Kulikuwa na mwingine, alikuwa na kudharau. How will you relate with them? And John told us, Mr. Chairman, I think I am a born leader. I'll just offer my leadership to all. That was what John told us. And I told him then that on behalf of the county assembly, by the way, we congratulated him even in advance, even before we went to write the report. We congratulated him, we welcomed him to Embu County, and he promised to be a team player. And he promised to lead the team very well in the team in water. So Grace, here you have a servant leader. I'm sure he'll offer the necessary leadership. I also want to thank your wife and family. That day you're not there, but you were told you are somewhere. And also thank your family for studying with you. Welcome to Embu County. We shall offer you the necessary support. And once again, I congratulate you. Sasa nyinyi watu wa John, sijema mnajua hii kiti inamaanisha nini? Unajua wakati niliingia hapa niliangalia, I thought ni Mavuria. Lakini wakati nilitazama, nikaona Mbeere South yote iko hapa. Sasa nyinyi watu wa John, hii kiti, hii, Sasa hatutaki maneno mingi. Hii bendera hii. Sasa mkirudi kule nyumbani, mshikilie bendera. Na bendera tumeonyesha na bendera ingine inaitwa ya Rukuu kule Mbeere North. Hatukutaka mchezo. Governor alikuja, alikuwa anavaa karinda. Tukimaliza siasa alikuwa anavaa trouser. So nyinyi shikilieni bendera. Na hii bendera hatutaki ifanye kazi miaka 2. Hii bendera tunataka ifanye kazi miaka 7. Kwa hivyo sasa hii bendera kushikilia ni kushikilia governor, na sisi hata tuoni mambo mahali tunatoka, hata tuoni haya. Tumeweka Mbeere North kwa international map. Walikuwa nafikiria ni mchezo. Tukiwaambia 2 term walikuwa nafikiria ni mchezo. Gachagua alikuja hapa kufunga vioski. My friend, alifunga trouser yake mwishowe. And because Madam Governor has extended, Governor has extended that love upande huo. Unajua sitaki kuongea sana, naelewa hii maneno. Si mnajua naelewa? Kwa sababu Governor has extended that love, that side. Na nyinyi sasa rudisheni mkono hapa. Ile kura ilikuwa 12,000, tujaribu ifike 24. We just add one more vote that the governor got. Na sisi upande ule mwingine we want to triple. Ndio sasa tukivuka Mbeere North, tuingie Mbeere South, kikapu ya governor itakuwa imejaa ya 2027, arudi tena tuchape hii kazi tumalize. So kwa sababu leo si siku yangu, Madam Excellency, mimi nakushukuru tena kwa kuchagua huyu John. I'm sure he won't let you down. So on behalf of the County Assembly of Embu, karibu sana John. Tutakuwa hapo, tutakushikilia vile tumeshikilia hawa mawaziri wengine na vile tumeshikilia governor. Nafikiri sasa muone vita Embu. Zamani Embu ilikuwa vita kali sana. Ni kwa sababu mambo ikiwa mbaya tunaketi hapa kama viongozi, tunasuluhisha, tunamaliza. Ukiuliza Reverend huyu, kulikuwa na maneno mingi hapo ya wafanyikazi hapo. Wote leo wametulia. Maneno yao imetengenezwa. That's how a county government is run. And Madam Excellency, thank you very much. You have shown us leadership. Na sisi tutakushikilia. Nye mbuga kaka karinda na kavante mbukera bauneka nyitete. Wako na ndo mbuga nekarate mbuka nyene voku giririria katemburo. Sasa nawe John umeingia kwa timu ya kushikilia Karinda. Na tunashikilia Karinda na tunashikilia serikali. So sitaki kuongea sana, wacha nifikishe hapo. And thank you very much for the invite. I want to pass the apologies of all honorable members of the County Assembly. Wote wako Mombasa wanaangalia report zetu za end of year. And I'm sure early January we shall be having a special sitting, most probably around 8th or 9th, so that we can also approve, I think, the newly appointed 4 chief officers and the newly appointed CEO of our Embu Level 5 Hospital. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Leo gavana karibu agua temo kendi. No kombuti diria ba. CS kuja karibisha gavana. Kana mbeta kasheri, naona nakakaribithia gavana wega. Kuja. Mungu awabariki sana, asanteni. Chief, kuja ukaribisha governor. Oromo karibithia kule Mbeere North.
Well, this is such an honor. Your Excellency, na wale wote mmekuja, mimi ndo ninaitwa Gashiri, Chief Officer wa vijana. Deure kamera hioni. Murauga nebo exemui. Governor ni tutam. Hamoniani tutam. Karibu sana Your Excellency, uongee na watu wako. Mugerani Rokemi.
Thank you very much, our CS, our CCs here present, of course led by our last